Welcome back to Klaussner at the Market. Our next guest is the founder of the Leadership and Legacy Group. She is a 14-year veteran of Procter & Gamble and is an expert in developing strong leaders, recruiting, training, and maintaining a quality workforce. Abby Donnelly, welcome to Klaussner at the Market.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here.
What are the top workforce-related challenges facing employers right now?
Well, I think there are three. The first one is hiring. It's a very competitive job market right now, so finding those people. The second is retaining them. And then the third is developing them so that they can really contribute to the business.
Furniture retailers are struggling to find good talent. What can they do?
Well, I think it's about time to look in some non-traditional places. So baby boomers right now, rather than looking at them as aging out of the workforce, looking for opportunities to keep them engaged in the workforce. Other places might include veterans. We might look at some folks that have disabilities that can really contribute in some unexpected ways. And then also being able to find folks that are in non-traditional fields that might be retrained for your business.
The next question is, how do they retain their top talent?
Ooh, that's tough. You know, when you look at companies like Google and Facebook, they've got all these perks, but really people want to work for a company that's growing. They want to work in a culture that really values their contribution. And I think if you can get those two things right, you can keep people a long time.
We have a lot of business owners and CEOs that will see this interview. What do you recommend they do to grow their businesses?
Well, I think the most important piece around growing your business is having clarity on where you're going. So doing a SWOT analysis and figuring out what are the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats for your business, and then looking at where the market opportunities are and building a strategic plan. It's not really about the plan itself, but the process of planning that can be so powerful.
What can you do to take an average employee and develop them into a top-tier employee?
Well, that's a good question. Sometimes you can't. You really have to look at whether they can be developed and whether they will be developed. And so if you've got somebody that's got great potential, then it's doing that intentional development for them, helping them grow, giving them experiences that will help them learn and be able to contribute in new and different ways.
So how do you identify who has the potential to develop into a stronger performer?
Well, I like to look at what are the results that you need, and then what are the competencies and the skills and experiences that need in order to be able to contribute those. And if you can close that gap, it's really about giving them the development opportunities to learn.
Is it difficult to instill this culture of continuous improvement and accountability in a company, or does it get lost in the day-to-day pressures of running a business?
Well, I think a lot of things get lost in the day-to-day pressures of running a business. But I think really stepping back and looking at the culture that you want, whether it is a culture of accountability and whether it's a culture of continuous improvement, or you've got some other core values that are important to you, it's about identifying what those are and then figuring out the behaviors that you can exhibit every single day to model those and hold people accountable to that.
What one or two things do you recommend a CEO or business owner do to get started?
Well, I think the first thing is to take some time away from the business. Maybe it's just a half a day for yourself, and then maybe a half a day with your employees, your key leaders, and really figure out where you're going. Just taking the time out of the day-to-day can give you some fresh perspective.
Abby, this is great information. Do you have a website where CEOs and even business owners can find you?
Sure. It's www.leadershiplegacygroup.com.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.